Well, BATJAC JW here. Isn't that thing gorgeous? Well, we have not had this out. It's made maybe an appearance or two here and there, but no, this one's something that we just really haven't nicely photographed, I guess, up close. And this is the Colt government model, but it is known as the Combat Elite. Now, I believe this is like the third entry of this series that they've got here. The very first original ones were, I believe, in the early 90s. They came out with this. And actually, if you're a kind of a movie buff like me, I do believe it was featured in a lot of early Seagal movies, was the Combat Elite. Then they kind of came back and redid it. I want to say maybe within the last 10 years, they kind of had another second go with it. Now, the original ones were a two-tone, where the frame was kind of a hard, I believe the frame was a hard chrome or something, and the slides were black. Now, this one here, I think, is the coolest one, where it's a stainless gun, and they blackened it, and they did all the stampings and everything stand out. So all the rounded edges are that blackening, and I forget what they call it, but they were able to do it. And then the flats are polished stainless. Really nice. Features, right out of the box. You got a lot of course, I got my Wilson Combat magazine. And right out of the box, you got really nice upgraded features, such as the checkered front strap. And then, of course, the mainspring housing is nicely checkered. All the upgrades you want. That high ride beaver tail grip safety, so you don't get any hammer bite. And, of course, a nice, pretty decent hammer on there. I kind of, thought about going to a more of a retro hammer, which that kind of is, but it's a little bit of a hybrid of one. But of course, the cool thing is, all the little markings and everything do stand out. All right, and then it does have true night sights. They definitely glow up. And I have, like I said, I've had this thing for quite some time. I feel almost like a bad owner of it because I really have not brought it out much. I really have not taken it to the range much at all. I just kind of got it because I thought it was really cool and everything. And I was going to do some changes on it and everything because there's some things on it that I didn't like. For one, it had an ambi safety. Even though I'm a left-handed shooter, I mostly shoot my 1911s right-handed anyway, but I did not like the ambi safety, so I did remove my ambi safety and just put a standard, old-school, real, low-profile thumb safety in there. I think I had some parts laying around, probably a World War II part or something. And, it's got a lot, I don't like the long trigger. I'm kind of strange like that. I just don't like the longer trigger, and I don't like the the flat mainspring housing. But I kept it because the checkering is nice, and it's the same as that. So I just left it at that. It's not a bad mainspring housing at all. It's not bad at all. It is steel. It's not the polymer or ones that you kind of are familiar with. The Colt was doing. They were kind of constantly doing the polymer ones and everything. So, and then the aggressive, slide serrations right there. Those are nice and spread out like that, which gives it a nice touch because of all that. But Springfield Armory had one like this, and I remember years ago. A friend of mine had one. There was a Springfield Armory that was done up like this. I really liked it. Always wanted one. So when I kind of learned that this one was on the list out there, I saw it at a gun show, and I just had to have it. And I just definitely couldn't walk away leaving it there. So, and of course, it was in 9mm, which I really wanted. Most of the 1911s I shoot now are in 9. I know it's sacrilegious to some, but I've kind of grown a real big fond of, I kind of like them. They shoot really nice and they're smooth. Don't get me wrong, I love the old 45, but this is really these are really cool. They shoot really well. So anyway, I figured I'd bring it out, just show it to you real quick. There it is, the Colt Combat Elite. Have a good one.